What's going on, everyone? Can you believe the sheer amount of information that Prehistoric Kingdom has just thrown our way in the last couple days? It's absolutely insane. So we are here again today with another Prehistoric Kingdom video to talk about the beta announcement devlog. So the other day we got the beta trailer, which we already went through and kind of watched. I'm sure I've put it up on the screen now, so that's what you're watching again, but we are here to talk about some more information. They dove a little bit deeper and explained some of the things that we saw in that trailer, as well as showed us even more new additions coming to the beta. Now, of course, the closed beta arrives on December 6th of this year in 2021. Unfortunately, if you have not already purchased or signed up for the alpha/beta, you won't have access till until their public launch for early access is in April of 2022. So a ways away. However, I am very excited that the devs are taking their time, giving this game all the love and attention that it needs, because I really think it's shaping up to be a fantastic game, and I would not want them to take any shortcuts whatsoever. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this devlog here that they have written out for us. So it says, "You bet we're feeling ravenous to learn more, so let's dive into some of the things you can expect to see in beta. More features and content will be unveiled closer to release." So the very first thing it hops into is, of course, the animals. So animal menagerie. Beta will be arriving with 14 prehistoric beasts and birds to care for. Alongside the species present in the alpha, the park's newest specimens include the Archaeopteryx, Camarasaurus, Dinochirus, Pachyrhinosaurus, Protoceratops, Parasaurolophus, Torvosaurus, and the Woolly Mammoth. How'd I do? I've been practicing. So these guys are all going to be in addition to the animals that we already have seen in the beta. And as you can see here, there are a lot of animals coming in the beta. There are a few question marks on here. So we do have some species that are yet to be unveiled, but starting with our dinosaurs, reptiles from a bygone era, these giants roamed the earth for 186 million years before meeting their fate with extinction. Then we have some mammals, ancestors to the modern day. Mammals reign supreme in the Cenozoic, giving way to previously unseen forms and sizes. We have the Coelodonta, the Mammothus, and the Smilodon. The Smilodon is my absolute favorite. I love the Smilodon. And then finally we go down to mini exhibits. So specialized housing facilities are required to keep these animals safe and happy in the park. Purchasable habitats like the mini aviary are designed to meet all the requirements of its tiny occupants. That's where we have the Microraptor and the Archaeopteryx. How cute is that little Archaeopteryx? That's the one that they showed in the trailer that dropped a couple days ago, and he is just the most adorable thing. Look at how ferocious he looks with his little raptor claws and his open little beak, but he's so tiny and he just doesn't look that threatening at all, but he looks like one of those animals that would think he was tough, but you know, is not big enough to be tough or threatening to anyone. Anyway, I'm super excited about that roster of animals. I think they did a really good job kind of diversifying and going through and adding different animals from the different categories and giving us a huge variety of animals to play with in the beta. So very, very happy to see that. So moving on to talk about the Dinochirus, or the danger duck. As the definitive oddball, this giant ornithomimid defies all expectations by sporting a bizarre set of attributes: a duck bill, a humped back, sizable forelimbs equipped with sharp claws, and a larger-than-life appetite. Look at that thing. Doesn't that look cool? I mean, it does look like a really odd creature, as we just kind of talked about with all these different attributes and things, but super cool. It's an animal that I have never seen before, so very, very interested to kind of get this guy in game and see what he's all about. To top it all off, this particular animal comes with a featherless variant. Would it make it scaly, leathery, naked? We're just as confused as you. Oh, I can't wait to figure out what he looks like. I hope it's not the naked option though. I just keep picturing like naked cats or naked mole rats and like wrinkly skin and such. I hope it's scaly or leathery. I kind of don't want it to be the naked option, but we'll see. Next section, moving on, it goes to feathered friends. Flying its way into your heart, Archaeopteryx soars through beta as the second mini aviary species. Unlike the Microraptor, it sports a striking color scheme and includes sexual dimorphism, making the males ever so pretty. That is fantastic. I love the fact that they've added some sexual dimorphism to the animal. So you can see here in this second screenshot, the female is this dark brown one down on the left-hand side, and the male is the pretty gray one with the little blue tips on his wings. Absolutely love the Archaeopteryx. I don't know, I keep saying the Smilodon is my favorite animal, but this guy, as it said, he might have just made his way to number one. He is absolutely adorable. Found in German limestone deposits dating back to the Jurassic, this magpie-sized critter holds great scientific significance as one of the earliest bird-like dinosaurs. That's awesome. And you know what? I have to give credit to Prehistoric Kingdom for also including some facts and some actual information about the dinosaurs and doing research on different variants that come from different regions. One of the reasons why I am so excited for this game is because that level of detail and care I really, really enjoy. Then it says additional animation. As animals are often in the spotlight, it's incredibly important to us to make them look as realistic as possible, and that includes their animations. I did notice a couple animations in the beta trailer that looked fantastic, so I'm curious to see what they have to say. For the past few months, we've been hard at work expanding the animation libraries for all our species, including many little actions such as stretching, scratching, shaking, chewing, and more. We hope you appreciate these quality of life upgrades as much as we do, as they can help cement the idea that these are living, breathing animals. I couldn't agree more. To be honest, the animations have also blown me away, but it's what makes them seem like real animals rather than just pixels on a screen, right? They're going to be real animals. We have to take care of them, and it also instills that level of care that you want to do a good job. You want to build them a good park, and I really, really enjoy that. So you can see by this little GIF that's been playing over and over again, the T-Rex there is going ahead and scratching his chin, shaking his head, opening his mouth. Love to see it. And then we go down here to a couple more. The Archaeopteryx, of course, a few more dinosaurs doing some dinosaur things, scratching their head. I love to see it. Let's go ahead and talk about some building aspects that we saw in the beta trailer and that they talk about in this devlog. So it says modular mayhem. In July, we gave our community a survey to find out what our future players would be most interested in seeing. Your answers were incredibly insightful, as they again confirmed that the direction the game is heading towards is not only close to our hearts, but also true to the community's wishes for the project. There are a number of upgrades coming, not to mention some rather exciting avenues yet to be explored. We're certain you're going to be just as excited for them as we are, and we cannot wait to share more with you in the future. The following additions are just the beginning. So the tropical theme. In my last video, I couldn't remember what it was called. So this is the tropical theme. So this is the little building that they built in the trailer, kind of next to some water with some sand. We got some tiki torches. Containing over 100 pieces, the tropical theme includes a section of new and exciting decorations inspired by a variety of real-world cultures. Vases, totems, torches, and statues are but a handful of some of the props and pieces available in this exciting expansion to the modular lineup. Your prehistoric zoos have never looked so exotic. So you can see by the picture and the little clip here, new railings, benches, thatched roof, and palm weave floors. Fantastic. I love the look of this, and I knew that they were not going to be able to release this game without some sort of tropical or adventure style theming sets, right? It just totally fits the aesthetic of a dinosaur park, and I absolutely love it. So now let's go ahead and take a look at some concept art. This concept art that you're looking at right now was put together by their concept artist, and the team's been putting in a lot of work to make sure that the theme feels inspiring to build with, and we can't wait to see what kind of wonderful architecture the beta community will come up with. I love when they show us concept art. So of course they're not going to show it all, but this is just a little taste of what we might see. Love the kind of tiki style totem pole triceratops here, as well as like the benches, even the detail that's in them. Very, very exciting. I do see some circular thatched roofing, which looks pretty cool. Some ropes. I like this little arched door with kind of the weave in the middle of it like a window. Totally love this style. I can see myself kind of gravitating more towards this style with a dinosaur park versus the modern park, which I know is kind of different since the modern theme is what I gravitate towards in Planet Zoo, but very excited to play with this scenery. Now for the most exciting part, I would argue. So expanded scenery. Our default theme has been reinvigorated with new props, designs, and some much requested pieces. To highlight a few of the most demanded, we believe these miscellaneous pieces will allow players to greatly enrich the authenticity of their zoos. There are many new items to discover in Prehistoric Kingdoms beta, ranging from empty buckets to complete sense of ventilation ducts to gutter piping. Not to mention that fancy new recoloring sure does help out. Look at these! Favorite part of the devlog, hands down. Clutter items, backstage items, yes, please. I am so excited that these are being included in the game and not something that we have to make with various pieces elsewhere, right? That they're just there for us. And the fact that some of these items, or maybe all of them, are going to be flexi-colored or recolorable is fantastic. Taking a look at this picture here of the blue, the yellow, and the magenta bucket, I absolutely love to see it. Love to see it. So very excited about that aspect. It's really going to be able to give us a whole lot more detailing capabilities in the game. So I will for sure be exploring that. And the next thing they talk about is particular particles. This devlog, did I tell you guys, is jam-packed with everything. We're not even at the last little section yet. So this little section is talking about waterfalls galore, a highly requested feature. Fully modular water effects will be making their way into beta, allowing builders to create custom waterfalls and fountain features. For those less impressed by waterworks, smoke and fire are also available. Great for torches, bonfires, and setting the whole park ablaze, right? That's fantastic. I love the way that these are written too as well. But torches, smoke, so we are getting waterfalls, we are getting VFX. I absolutely love to see it. Again, going to add some life into our parks, going to add some movement into our habitats. Love it. Very, very excited. And I do really like as well, looking at this fire screenshot here, the lighting that comes off of the fire, I think they nailed as well. I love the shadows and the lighting that comes off of that. I think it looks fantastic. And let's talk about statues. So park decor has never been easier than with our brand new dynamic animal statues. These intelligent modules can be manipulated on the fly, much like our styling system for walls and roofs. Players can pick from 3 different poses for any animal species in the game, complete with a selection of materials to choose from. That part right there is very important. Pick from any animal species in the game. I am very happy to hear that we are going to be getting statues for every animal, because that means we can decorate outside each individual habitat. We can do information areas. Just the fact that we're getting a statue for every animal species in the game, and not only one statue, we're getting 3 different poses for any animal species in game, is phenomenal. I don't think they could have made a better decision when it comes comes to this, because this is exactly what players want to see. And how good does that T-Rex statue, the roaring T-Rex statue that you're looking at with the fire under its mouth, how good does that screenshot look? The bronze or this copper, whatever you want to call it, coloration, the texture on it is just phenomenal. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest, of the white statues that we were seeing in the clip that was playing, but the bronze and kind of the gunmetal or the gray metal is really, really nice. I will definitely be using those. And then lastly, for statues and things, an initially limited selection of bones are also available, making skeletal mounts or custom displays entirely possible. This list will only grow with time as we expand our fossiled repertoire. Fantastic. I don't have too much more to say about that, and the fact that we're getting statues, but we're also getting the skeletal systems of the dinosaurs. I think it's great. They've hit the nail on the head for exactly what a dinosaur zoological facility would need, right? If they were ever going to be actual dinosaur parks in real life. So moving on to a couple more details about the management for our parks. So we're going to talk about science points. Science points are a type of economy item used in excavations and research. Research, unfortunately, will not be included in beta, but it looks like excavations will. They're passively accumulated by constructing habitats, scaling in effectiveness based on a number of factors that players work towards. The better the exhibit, the more rewards you reap. Accumulating those science points, you then can use them to explore the world and different excavation sites to unlock more dinosaurs, more animals. So that's going to be our mechanic to what I'm assuming is finding fossils and being able to breed the animals in your park and actually get new dinosaurs for your park. So that's awesome. I love the way the UI looks too as well for this map and the different sections here. I love the way that turned out. And it looks like here on the right hand side, we've got a couple dinosaurs that they're either researching or have researched. There's some check marks, not quite sure what all those mean just yet, but excited to see it. Let's go ahead and talk about the future. Following our early access release, Prehistoric Kingdom will continue to see heavy development. So some DLCs, I'm assuming? We are a small team with big ambitions, and it's important to remind everyone that some aspects of the game simply won't be as fleshed out as others for the initial launch. We understand that some of you may be frustrated by the move to April 2022, but the reality is that once the game goes live, our core infrastructure needs to be locked in place. Any major changes need to happen before then, or else we risk breaking saves or some of the items within them. Breaking save compatibility from alpha and beta isn't too bad, but we'd like to avoid it as much as possible during early access. I absolutely agree with this, and I'm so happy with the devs for coming out and saying that, and really taking, like I said, the time and the care to put the energy and effort into this game to make it as absolutely fantastic as it can be. We have a laundry list of improvements and new features we'd love to add, and the incredible patience of our community has allowed us to go above and beyond the original goal in making this game into what it is today. Nevertheless, our limited resources do mean that sacrifices have to be made when it comes to development speed and game complexity. We hope that what we have to offer will feel like a great value to everyone waiting for the game, and that you'll have an incredible experience despite the size of our development team and resources. So, what is in store for Prehistoric Kingdom? Modules and dynamic buildings. Your park, your rules. Modules are special facility pieces designed to create functional buildings and attractions using the modular system. They come in a variety of shapes and sizes, each appealing to a different aspect of park management or guest satisfaction with assigned properties. So it looks like here, going left to right, we have amenity, interacts with guest, destination, interacts with guest pathfinding, editable, assigned to editable pieces, animal, so interacts with animals, habitat interacts with habitats, and utility assigned to infrastructure. Hinted at earlier, the dynamic animal statues are actually a module containing the amenity and editable properties, indicating that it both interacts with the guests, providing an education bonus, and is customizable. We want to merge the gap between modular building and park interaction, so you'll be needing new park services. This is awesome because this means not only can we create custom buildings and things, but they'll actually do something. We'll actually be able to use them in game. They'll interact with our guests, our animals, our habitats. I think this is absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to see how I can implement this in my park to better my park and make it better, earn more money, make the guests happy, all that kind of stuff. So very, very excited about that. Let's move on to another interesting topic here. So modules, kiosks. Kiosks are an open-air module with a unique 4x2 design, making them friendly for all sorts of buildings, whether they're outdoors or indoors. Unlike our current buildings, kiosk modules are defined by their function. Rather than having a unique module in the UI, the T-Rex Cafe is now a style for the fast food kiosk, changing its service menu, set dressing, and logo in an instant. That's awesome! Look how good this concept art looks with all the little details on there. I think this is great, and it adds so much more customization to our buildings because it sounds like we can build around these and just implement them into the buildings we want to create. Fantastic. I love it. And it doesn't sound like they're going to be massive, so we're going to be able to build realistic sized buildings for our guests. Moving on to the shopping kiosk, you'll find styles for two of our lovely brands, Apato Apparel and Giganto Gifts. This module provides the themed merchandise and shopping opportunities for your guests. Look at the little shirts on the wall and the shirts folded on the shelves. Oh, look, and then little knickknacks and things like the mugs and the dinosaur statues and the fossil in the back. That looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. In addition to changing the style or shop brand, players can toggle off the props and back half of the kiosk, giving way to an even greater number of design options. Honestly, I am so excited about this aspect of the game, and I know that I've said that I'm excited about a lot, but this really just seems like it's adding a lot of customization for us to really build what we want to build. I think Prehistoric Kingdom, again, you guys have nailed it with this one. I'm very, very excited to see this. And finally, we've come to the end game. We plan to do away with locked buildings like in Alpha and Beta, opting for prefabs made entirely with the modular system. This allows players to delete, recolor, restyle, or even change the building's function. In essence, every piece of functionality will be handed fully modularly, unlocking limitless potential. Fantastic. I love to hear it. That's kind of like the prefabs that we see in Planet Zoo, right? You can put down the building, but then you can delete certain parts, change certain parts. Awesome. Couldn't be more excited. Our goal for early access is develop modules for as many facility types as possible, granting players the creation of custom viewing towers, hotels, nurseries, and more. However, this does not mean players will be required to build everything by hand. Through the powerful prefab system, users can instead select from a large array of officially pre-made facilities and decorations to populate their parks with. The workload only decreases with all the creative options still present. Workshop support is something we are committed to including too, making prefab sharing all that much easier. Awesome. I think they've included something for everyone here. If you don't like the building aspect and you're just here for the management aspect, you can definitely do that. If you're like me and you like both and you want to build everything by hand, awesome. Go ahead. I think this is great. They have handed us the freedom if we want it and given us the support if we don't. So I think this is fantastic. Overall, what did you think about that beta announcement? That was so much information to go over. Let me know down below what you're thinking. What are you excited for? What are you bummed about? Tell me what you're thinking. Let's chat about it. I am very excited about this beta announcement. I'm very excited about all the different aspects that they have included in the game, the animal roster list, the kiosks, the flexi-colored objects, the backstage items. How fantastic were those? Absolutely love to see it. This is by far my favorite devlog, just with all the information they included, and of course because it is the beta announcement. So with that, guys, if you did enjoy, if you're interested in more Prehistoric Kingdom information and coverage, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really does help out the channel, and it ensures that you don't miss out on a single thing. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Again, it does help the channel a whole heck of a lot. And until next time, I appreciate you guys, and I will talk at you in the next video. Bye!